I know, Commissioner Colbourne, that Census 2020 is right around the corner. People are so excited because this is really how we get monies to help our community, right?
Yes, it is, and it is a constitution mandate. It's something that the country must do every 10 years. And this coming year is a time for us to count every resident. And it is so important because funding, much needed funding, depends on this count.
Right.
So I'm asking our residents to please make sure that when they get those applications that they complete it and submit it.
Right. And so right now, I think the population of Miramar sits at about, 131,000. I've heard anywhere from 131 to 135, but this is why we need the census to tell us so we can get the money that is due for our city.
Yes, it absolutely has grown tremendously since the last census. So we cannot base our fundings on the last census. That's
Right.
9 years ago.
Right.
So we need to know how many residents we have. We need to make sure that everyone is counted.
Okay. And so now you're right, it's going to appear in the mail. Most people will look at it and say, I don't want to give these people all of my business. I don't want to tell them how many people are in my household. I don't want to tell them how much, money I make. But all of this is confidential, right? That it's not going to go anywhere else.
Tamara, it is so important for us to get that message out to the community that it is confidential. The information that you provide to the census must remain with the census, and it cannot be used for anything else for 73 years.
Wow.
It is really confidential. So regardless of your immigration status, regardless of what situation you think you may not want to disclose, please make sure that everyone in your household is counted.
Right. And now what if people don't have English as their first language? Because again, we are in South Florida and we are a melting pot of many people. So what if English isn't their first language?
That's not a problem.
Okay.
This can be completed in many different languages. So English won't be a problem. If you don't speak English or don't read English, it would not be a problem. It can be completed in all different languages.
Speaking of that, I know that the language of jobs has come up, that the Census 2020 is actually looking to hire people, and we would love to have Miramar residents know about this. Tell us about it.
They are, and this is a time to apply.
Okay.
They need census takers primarily. That's the bulk of what they're hiring. But they do need several other positions. But those are the ones who are going to come into play, and it is so important that we have census takers who speak different languages.
Absolutely.
And South Florida is a wonderful place to get those.
Yeah, you won't go wrong here, Census 2020. Let me tell you, you'll be able to find pretty much everything. And
Absolutely.
it says, depending on the job and where it's located, the pay rates can be between $13.50 and $30 an hour.
Those are pretty good. Those are pretty good pay.
Wow.
Yeah.
And when is that going to start? I think it says here January actually is when they say it's going to start, January 2020.
Well, they are hiring now, so this is the time to apply. And as they need additional individuals, they will be calling additional folks on board. So
That's amazing.
Apply now.
Exactly. And speaking of applying, where can people go for more information?
They can go to 2020census.gov.
Okay, sounds good. So we're going to be having you back monthly to talk about this and to get this across. And we've got many more questions. I know you got to run. She's always busy. Commissioner Colbourne is always busy. But we will have you back. But if you want more information, that is 2020census.gov for those jobs, or information on filling it out, getting some help filling it out. So definitely go to the website, census2020.gov. Thank you, Commissioner Colbourne. We certainly appreciate you coming in today.
Thank you so much, Tamara.